Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Spellbinders, and we are here with the Glimmer Club Kit of the month, and it is called Spot On Background and Sentiments. So this is really kind of cool. So you get sentiments, you get the die to cut out the sentiments, you also get a die to cut out 6 circles. Because this plate, now it probably looks familiar. There was a plate that I used in a previous video where same exact plate, except they were solid dots. And if I'm not mistaken, that was from the Yana's collection. I believe. I could be wrong though. I'll try to find it and link it. However, this plate does the outer circle or the outer line of the circle when it glimmers. So I pulled out my Spellbinders foil trimmer. I love this thing to cut foil. I am so glad I found it. It just makes cutting the foil so much easier. Don't get me wrong, you can cut it with a pair of scissors, but it's floppy, it goes all over the place, and it drives me crazy. Now, you can see that this piece that I've cut, the edges are not completely covered. Here's the beauty of foiling. You can find a piece of a scrap, which I do save my scraps in a bowl, and I can just tuck pieces in there because you're not really going to see that line when this foils. So that's the beauty of this foiling machine. You don't see that. So now I'm just going to make sure that I've cut another piece. It locks really great up on top. I'll make sure that the video of me showing this is also linked down below, or I'll link it at the end so that you can see if this is the first time you're seeing that. So here I'm going to remove my foil, and you will see we have awesome looking outlines of circles. Now you can just let it be like that. I'm going to foil another row. This is very easy to line up against the previous section that you foiled, which is awesome. Very awesome. Again, I'm going to be putting down my foil, and the foil for this month is polished brass. It's a beautiful color. It's absolutely gorgeous. Just had to take a sip of my coffee. So I place that onto my system so that that can heat up. Meantime, I've already taken care of the sentiment, and I'm going to be cutting that up. Now, what's great is with these sentiments that are in this kit, you can build. So I chose to build the phrase, "This card is full of paper hugs." And there's a reason why I chose that. And you will see as we do this. So I'm going to remove the foil. And we have awesome looking circles going all over the place. Now, what would be really cool, I mean, here's another idea. If you did that on watercolor paper and then filled that in with watercolor, oh, that would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. Or you could watercolor a panel and use that when you use the die to cut out your circles. Just make sure you have like really sharp areas of different colors, which would really be cool. Anyway, so I'm trimming this panel down, and honestly, there's a reason why I trimmed it down. One, the circles didn't go perfectly in the center of the cardstock. That was something that I didn't do, to make sure, be conscious of, to make sure that it was in the center of the piece of cardstock that I was using, which was cut to be 4 by 5 1/4. What I also, and then when I laid down the second one, it was all over to one side. So I just trimmed it down so some of the circles, or all of the circles on each side, are going off the page, which will add some movement. So I think this is cut like 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, it looks like, if I'm looking at my mat correctly. So now I have 2 different shades of circles, and I used Waterfall. I think that's Waterfall. and Glacier from Spellbinders. So now I'm going to bring in my glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in each of those circles, and now we're just going to have fun. I am using my wax pencil to place these dots into place on top of the glue. And you can see what I'm creating is the shape of a heart with the one color. Now here's what's really funny. So the color that I'm using now was supposed to go to the outside. The Glacier, the light blue, was supposed to be the heart. Only me. But you know what? It still works. The only thing I had to do, I had to cut more Glacier circles. Not a big deal. And that's exactly what I did. So again, just putting those pieces of cardstock. Now you could put double-sided foam underneath them to really give it dimension. I mean, you could have a lot of fun with these dots and just create some really interesting images. You could do a rainbow going across, so lots of fun. You could use the rainbow foil and use black circles. Oh, that would be awesome. Really would stand out. I cut a mat out of timber, and I'm going to place that onto my card front as well. Now I'm going to add dots of glue to all of the Glacier, and I'm going to come in with my iridescent sequins, and I'm going to just cover this in sequins. The iridescent sequins are a staple to my room. They come second to the vintage photo. I'm just saying. You know, I've seen the question asked a lot on YouTube in some videos that I've been watching, that if you were on a stranded island, what would you take? I would have to have my vintage photo. I'm just saying. I mean, there's other things I would have to have, but the vintage photo would definitely have to be in there. I'm just saying. And these come to a close second because they change colors. They adapt to what you've put them onto. So I do hope you enjoyed this project, as always, featuring the Spellbinders Glimmer card kit of the month. And again, it is called Spot on Background and Sentiments. Now, remember, if you should sign up for this kit, you do get a discount on the system itself. So if you're interested in this, please feel free to reach out to ask any questions that you may have, and hopefully I'll be able to answer them. So just know that there's always discounts going on there. But as always, all the links will be down below to the clubs, to their store, of course, also to their gallery for even more inspiration for all of their products. If you have any comments or questions, leave those down below too, and I will make sure I get back to you as soon as I can. Yes, I am caught up. Continue to smile. Continue to enjoy creating your art. And remember, it is art that you're creating. Always remember, though, what's most important for me, because you got to do it every day. Always be creative. Till next time, guys. Take care.